Sup, guys? Be with you in just a second. Alright, so we got obviously an exciting video today. We're going to talk about 3 Facebook ads that anybody can use for any niche. They're ads that you should definitely be running. No matter, seriously, what the business is, you need to be running these 3 ads pretty much at all times. When you're driving traffic to a site, these ads need to be in the background. They're forms of remarketing. So we're going to get into that. So before we do that, we're going to wait for a few people to jump in. So if you're watching the replay, just go ahead and skip forward to about 2-3 minutes from now and we should be starting the lesson. But outside of that, just some quick updates. Basically, guys, we are doing... let me check and see. Might not be using... Alright, can you hear me now? I'll be louder. Y'all let me know if you still can't hear me. Alright, so like I was saying, we're going to go into those in a minute. We're going to wait for some people to hop in, but basically, guys, let me give you some updates really quick. We are getting really good into our mentorship program now, so if you haven't seen that mentorship program, you definitely want to check that out. We just went over 2 45-ish to an hour-long minute videos on Facebook remarketing campaigns, building Facebook remarketing campaigns. So it was a really, really cool couple of videos that we did. A lot of people saw value in those videos, guys, and if you want access to them, you have access for like the next 15 days for those 2 trainings, plus there was a training on content marketing, there's a training on planning. We're getting into our 5th training next week, or was it this week? This week was our 5th, I believe. So next week will be our 6th training. So if you guys get in, you can still get access to some of the past videos. You won't get the 1st and 2nd one, I don't think, but you will get the 3rd and 4th and 5th one, which those are the Facebook videos you're going to want, I'm telling you. So, and if you're in our Facebook course, I'm probably going to upload them there too. So, cool little benefit there. But let's go ahead and jump into the Facebook ads because I know you guys are interested in this. Y'all are always interested in Facebook and Instagram stuff. Maureen, hey, how's it going? Akeem, what's up? Terrell, what's up? Kirby, hey, how's it going, man? Callie, how's it going? Avocado. Okay. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started here in a second. I'm drinking some wine tonight because I felt like it. So if you guys are drinking too, pour up a glass, get ready, kick back, relax. Let's go into some Facebook marketing. So, 3 Facebook ads you need to be running for any Facebook marketing campaign, no matter what the business is. What niche are you in? I don't know if you said it before. Izzy, at this point, I'm in any niche that will bring me business. I'm expanding to the point where I just want to take on customers, as many as possible. So we're at that point. So really just any niche. I'm focusing a lot more in restaurants. We've done some with real estate. We actually have 2 real estate clients now. I've done some in the auto industry. But in the past, I've done stuff in jewelry. I've done stuff in, all kinds of stuff. So it's all over the place. But let's go ahead and get into these ads really quick because this is what you guys want to know about. And again, guys, if you haven't joined the mentorship program, you're really missing out. I'm telling you, the link is down there. You get 50% off your first month. Take advantage of it. Don't miss out on those trainings. 3 things we want to talk about. Number 1. Let's go into what the types of ads are. So let's make this point clear first. When you're running ads to a potential audience, or when you're running ads for a business, and this really, it's for Facebook, but it also goes for Instagram. So you guys keep this in mind. This also applies to Instagram because you can run Facebook and Instagram ads together if you're using Business Manager. So they really go together. This little ad set we're going to talk about. But what I want you guys to understand is whenever you're running traffic to a site or you're getting people to engage with your business page on Facebook, you want to follow up with those people, right? You don't just want to leave them hanging. You don't want to, hit them with one ad and then never talk to them again. Those are the people you never close. Why? Because you never talk to them again. They, on average, and I've said this several times, but on average, it takes anywhere from 5 to 7 times of touching someone via social media, email marketing, coming up in a search engine result, something like that. 5 to 7 times of them, engaging with your brand or seeing your brand before they're even going to consider making a purchase or giving out their information, or engaging with your brand in a way that's meaningful to you, which is a conversion, right? So those are some things you want to keep in mind. If you're trying to run ads to those people, it's not really going to work if you're just touching them one time. So here are the 3 types of ads that you're going to want to run for these clients, all right? And again, this goes for e-commerce, insurance, real estate, auto dealers, mortgage brokers, general contract, whatever you guys can think of. Seriously, any niche that you can think of, these 3 ads need to be running at all times. So first one we're going to talk about is testimonial ads, all right? And a lot of you say, oh yeah, well no, a lot of people don't do this, so they're missing out on a really big important part. Here's the thing, when you're trying to build the relationship, once you get them engaged with your brand and they're past the point of cold traffic, right? Once you want to get them engaged with your brand, you have to do something to build their trust. You have to do something to build that relationship with them and to provide value to them, right? So you've already sent them maybe some content or a downloadable article or template, something like that, whatever your value piece was. It could even be a promotion. After you do that, though, you want to follow up with the people who didn't convert into a sale. And you want to follow up with, you don't necessarily want to jump straight into, so we're going to talk about when to use these in a minute. But at some point down your ad funnel in Facebook and Instagram, you want to start sending them testimonial ads. And what these ads do is, again, just show people that your product or service is actually what you say it is. It's worth paying that certain amount for that product or service that you're promoting, right? And you have to give them, sometimes it takes convincing. With the restaurants don't do as much of this, even though they should, especially local brands. They should definitely do this because, again, it's all about adding the credibility. And if you're a newer restaurant, people love to hear what other people are saying about it, especially if they're local reviews, right? And people know those people, they're much more willing to listen. So testimonial ads really work for anybody, and again, it's when to use them is super important. So we'll go into that part next before we move on to the next ad. But basically, the ad kind of looks like this. You have your first little ad, right? And your first ad, we'll say it's a blog article, or maybe it's a downloadable template that they get, whatever it is. But this is your first ad. Your first ad should always provide some kind of value. You shouldn't go straight out into an audience and start just collecting information to convert them into a purchase, or to try and get them to give you their contact information to generate a lead. You don't want to do that necessarily up front. Now with some e-commerce approaches, that's a little different. You can definitely do that then, but even still, any good e-commerce person will tell you that a good e-commerce business has a great email marketing follow-up series. They do really great at Facebook remarketing, because they know that the remarketing is what's going to catch the people who didn't buy the first time they came through, right? So your testimonial, it looks something like this. You start your first ad, and this is going to be a blog. It's hard writing upside down. Yeah, that looks weird. All right, your first article is going to be a blog, and say you do 7-day or 3-day traffic. Here's the thing, guys. I want to make really clear, when you're trying to do your traffic and you're trying to break down your traffic into custom audiences, if you do 3 days on a specific, say you do a blog article, right, and you set the traffic for that audience to 3 days. If you don't have at least 20 people, I believe that's what Facebook's minimum is, 20 people in that audience, they're not going to let it run. It's not going to send any ads. So what I recommend is, if it says audience too small in your back-end Facebook Business Manager, bump that up to a 7-day or even a 15-day if you have to. In the beginning, to start building traffic, you have to start hitting those audiences, and then you got to start remarketing. But if you're just starting to generate traffic to that site and it's 3 days later, you might not have 20 people yet for some reason. It could be a very high-end product, or just something that isn't very, it's not bought a lot, It's very, very niche, right? So you want to break open these days a little bit. It's just a little pro tip. But next thing we're going to do after article number 1, we got post number 2. And number 2 could be, I don't know, we'll say a lead gen form, right? All right, so that's that's ad number 2. I keep saying article. That's ad number 2. Ad number 2 basically says, hey, here's so if we did a blog here, number 2 says, hey, we continue off of this blog. Maybe we have a tool that kind of goes along with the first blog we showed them. So we say, hey, you want a tool that helps you do whatever we taught you in this? Cool. Give us your information. You can download this tool and blah, blah, blah. Now it's yours. All right, so third step comes in. All right, and so at this point, they're a little interested in your product, right? They've done something. Now, I still recommend at least doing maybe one more ad, maybe something a little fun or a little engaging with your brand, maybe asking a question or trying to figure out where they're at in the buying process. But outside of that, number 3 could be that testimonial. You guys get it. I can't write testimonial in that small box. Oh, wait, you can't see it. Let me bring it up. Three is going to be the testimonial. All right, so now you guys can see it. My bad. All right, so you guys get what I'm saying, though. So after this lead generation ad, now we have to give them a reason to want to buy from us, because yes, we've given them a blog article that was maybe informative or super helpful. Then we sent them, a tool, or we got them to download something, or we gave them a promotion of some kind. That could be your lead generator. All right. Now the third thing we're going to do is we're going to target those people who didn't purchase after giving them that promotion or after giving them that document, and we remarketed to them. Maybe they didn't buy yet. The third thing we're going to do is we're going to send them a testimonial. Why? Because maybe they just don't know, maybe they don't trust it. Maybe that's, a big thing with our brand that we have to do. Since I'm not Ty Lopez, I'm not Joe Soto, I have to, when new people come in, new traffic comes in, I have to give them a reason to actually believe me, to actually, put that $400 into, Teachable or into my platform on SerialEntrepreneur.academy, so that way they can purchase the course. But before they ever do that, you can best believe they're going through reviews and they're looking at what other people are saying. So by doing this, it's really great for 2 reasons. Number 1, you're putting the review in front of them already, so they don't even have to go searching for it. Number 2 is you're putting that ad in front of them again just because you want to be able to convince them. And by putting a testimonial or some video of somebody in front of them, it's going to give them a reason to watch it and say, okay, well, what does this person think about that specific product? And as long as you're following up consistently, by the time you make it to this third ad down here at the testimonial, they won't have forgotten about you. Or, if you advertise to someone and then that was the first time you advertised to them, right? Then you come back maybe 30 days later and you try to talk to them again. They might have forgot who you even were at that point, right? So that's why it's, again, about being consistent throughout the whole cycle and making sure that you're staying in contact with people who are engaged consistently, right? So testimonial ads, really, really great. You have to be using those. Now, the last thing you want to know is what types of ads should you be running on Facebook or Instagram for these. What I recommend for testimonials is going to be something like a video carousel. So you do a carousel of different videos. You can do a video testimonial itself. Just do a straight up video and do an ad objective for video views. You could do something like that. Or traffic or engagement, whatever, or conversion if you're trying to get them to, convert into a lead. It just depends on what your goal is. But carousel ads work really great, video ads work really great, and then the last one you could probably use would be slideshows. All right, so you can set up, different text or screenshots in a slideshow. So that's the first one, testimonial ads. Which a lot of you guys, again, you probably already knew that, or you might have had some idea about it already. But a lot of people don't do it, and again, that's the issue. You have to actually be implementing these ads into your campaigns. It doesn't need to just be, all right, send them this blog article, send them this promo. People always come to me all the time and be like, well, what kind of content do I create for this kind of... Are you sending them testimonial ads? Are you sending them number 2, which is going to be... authority ads. All right, so let's talk about authority ads really quick. So after you send them some testimonials, they still might not, 100% trust you yet. Maybe, again, there are different lengths in sales cycles for every industry, for every business. All right, every business has a different sales cycle, meaning how long it takes for them to take someone who is brand new and actually get them into a customer. All right, so what you have to understand is when we do that, we have to know how to move them down this whole entire line of stuff. Sorry, I just got really distracted. Supreme, you can ask me if you want, or you can ask, I don't know, I'm sure if Kirby's in here, he'll tell you. If Terrell's still here, he'll tell you. We got a couple people who are probably here that can let you know a little information. I got a little distracted. All right, so we want to move them down the funnel, and one of the next things you should do after you do a testimonial ad is going to be an authority ad. So an authority ad basically gives them a reason, again, to believe you, to trust you. And what this is, oh, that's what I was talking about, sales cycle. So sales cycle, if you have a longer sales cycle, that means it's going to take more ads for them to convert. So the point from when they first come in as a viewer or whatever of your product, if that's the first time they've seen you, that's a cold prospect, right? To the time where they actually convert. That's the sales cycle, right? Where they make a purchase, right? So that's the sales cycle. What you have to understand is how long that sales cycle is. So you need to ask questions to your customers or your clients and say, okay, look, how long does it typically take on average for a customer to purchase something from you? And a lot of them will say, oh, well, that's hard to do. You need to get them to give you an answer as close as possible. Don't let them get away with saying, oh, well, it's, just kind of all over the place. If it is, you need to get something specific out of them. Real estate agents, they say that all the time. Oh, well, it could be, 2 weeks to sell the home, or it could be, 3 years until we sell that home, or sell someone a home. And that's the thing, that may be true, but in the grand scheme of things, they do have an average. A lot of people are just too lazy and don't want to do it. Make them get in the books and try to figure out an average of when customers actually make a purchase from them and how long it takes to get them from point A to point B. All right, so authority ads. Again, what is an authority ad? Basically, if you guys have gone on my YouTube channel, and if you haven't, just do it anyways because it's a cool video and I like it. I got Billy Jean. Billy Jean is a big-time digital marketer. He does pretty much what I do. He's obviously a little higher up than I am, but I'm climbing there. I'll be there soon. But he, basically what I did was I got him to put together a video on my course. He is an authority in the digital marketing niche. He makes, over $10 million a year just for his marketing agency. I'm sure his school makes a few $1,000,000 a year. So the guy knows what he's doing when it comes to digital marketing. So what I did was I reached out to him and had him put together a video on my course. And, when we talked, he said, Jordan, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put together that video. I'm either going to like it or I'm not, and I'm not going to fluff it. He's like, if I like it, I'll tell them I like it. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell them I don't like it, because I don't believe in promoting or supporting someone that, doesn't actually know what they're talking about and is charging money for it. So that was really cool, because now I have someone who basically, even in the video, he says it. He's like, I went through and I, made sure he was legit. That actually adds authority to my name and my brand, because of the fact that I can say, okay, well, this person says I'm legitimate and he makes this much money, or they do this, in a specific way. So another way this could be related, for example, with one of my real estate agents, they're the top 10 they're one of the top 10 agents in the Atlanta area. So that is an authority. They've actually received an award from Keller Williams, their broker. They've received an award from like the not Better Business Bureau, it's like the Realtor Bureau or whatever it's called. But they've received an award from them, and they're one of the top agents in the Atlanta area. So what we did was create a whole ad just around them and why they're one of the best teams to work with. So we send that to reaffirm people who have already engaged with our brand. So they have to have already visited a specific webpage. They have to already be a lead. Excuse me, just ate dinner. By the way, we had some dope hamburgers. Oh, so good. Anyways, let me get back to this. So they have to have had, some kind of engagement or something before you actually send them this authority ad. You're not going to send it to cold traffic, because why would cold traffic care about, you getting that reward if they've or award if you've never seen them before, right? So an authority ad, again, it's just a basic, something to say, hey, this is why we're great at what we do. This is an award we received. This is some recognition we received, right? So authority ads would look, where would you place them? Really, it's kind of the same thing, or it's not the same thing as testimonial. It pretty much goes right behind a testimonial ad on the timeline of ads. So like if you do ad number 1 and then 3 days, people who engaged in the last 3 days, people who engaged in the last 3 days, you're going to send them ad number 2. And then people who watched, 22.5. People who watched 25% of this video, we send them ad number 3, and then that's the testimonial ad, right? For example, this is just an example funnel. And if you haven't seen it yet, we already went through a video on building Facebook ad funnels. It's on YouTube, so you should go over and check it out after this if you haven't seen that. But so we got that testimonial ad, and then we come over here, and then this is where we'll do the authority ad, right? And that would be ad number 4. So you could do it something like that. Again, here's the thing, and this is what we actually just went over in my mentorship course as well. Like one of the big points I made in the mentorship course, because we went over Facebook remarketing and stuff like that. So Jose, give me a second. So where was I? God, I always get distracted. Authority ads. I forgot where I was going. I get messed up with these chats because I try to read it and then I look back. Get off. All right, cool. So, where it goes in the timeline, that's right there. Then the types of ads you want to use for authority ads. So you can do something like a video ad. You could do if they have multiple awards, you could do, again, a carousel ad. You could do a collage. You could do all kinds of different ads. But basically, it just kind of depends. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Supreme Saiyan, you reminded me. Okay, so in the mentorship course, we were talking about on Facebook how it's super important not to run ads to just any random audience. It's always important to run them to a specific audience. So as you move them down the funnel, you notice that, somebody has viewed an ad or, this ad within the last 3 days. They watched this video 25%. They also viewed this testimonial ad, and now they're actually viewing this authority ad. So we know that they're more engaged. We know that they're more likely to buy a product from us because of the fact that we led them through this funnel. It wasn't just send them this ad, now send them a promo. You actually have to warm them up. You have to build a relationship with them before you actually decide to try and promote a sale to them. Now, there are some kind of one-off situations. For example, with an e-commerce store. A lot of people will run in this first ad right here, this value ad, it'll be a promotion. All right, so instead of running, this is what I call a content-driven approach. So there's really 2 kinds of approaches. There's a content-driven approach, and then there's a lead generation approach. The content-driven approach starts off with content, starts with value content first. The lead generation approach starts off by offering a promotion or some kind of download for them to submit their information right off the bat, right? And you can do that in different industries. E-commerce businesses are famous for this because they can do, $3 products or a $5 product, and they'll give that to you for free. And then, your next purchase, when you come back, you get like 10% off as well. And that's called the theory behind that, or the concept behind that, is it's a loss leader. Basically meaning they're giving that product away for free because they know they can upsell you later. They're not just going to give you something for free or some big discount on something and not expect to sell you something later. Otherwise, they're just giving shit away, right? So you have to understand it only applies in situations where you can start off with the promo approach. Let me see if I can get some of these questions. I see people saying stuff. Anyone who has taken his course, is this how his course set up with how to walk through videos on different SM tactics to produce results? The content is broken. Okay. Do I run these ads myself or do I have a Facebook ad specialist? Jose, unfortunately, I've been having to run these ads myself lately, which I don't like doing. It's not that I don't like doing it. I don't like building ads and building the funnels and stuff like that. It just takes so much time, and it takes, I want to be putting my time in other places. So I'm looking for someone who's great at Facebook ads, or maybe even trainable, has, I'll put it to you like this. If you haven't taken my course, I would never hire you, just because, or if you haven't taken several courses before, I wouldn't hire you. But if somebody's looking for a Facebook ads job, let me know, because I'm trying to find someone who's serious. And I'm telling you what, Upwork is pretty much impossible unless you want to pay someone about $100 an hour. So that sucks. But anyways, how much is a mentorship course? It's $100, $50 for your first month. Yep. Derek, what's going on, man? Hey, Derek. Super Saiyan wants to know about the course. You should tell him about it. All right, so authority ads, that's pretty much it for there. Again, those are when to use them. The types of ads, you should run them in carousel, video, slideshow again. you could even do a photo if you wanted to of the award or something, but again, video is obviously more engaging, so that's what I would recommend. So authority ads, number 2. All right, y'all ready for the third and final one? All right, now I know y'all are seeing promotional, but let me stop you really quick because a lot of you do this wrong. All right? And I'll explain why, because there's really a couple reasons why a lot of people do this wrong. First reason that a lot of people do this wrong is because they give them away too early. Now, we're not talking about the e-commerce example we just went over where we mentioned, e-commerce stores that sell cheap products will do a loss leader approach. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is somebody has a $150 product, and they'll send someone an ad that they just it's cold traffic. They're sending cold traffic ads for them to get the product that's $150 at 35% off. So they just knocked off 35% off the cost of that product to someone who's never even seen their product before. This is bad for a couple reasons. Number 1, it makes your product look cheap. If you're giving a product away at a discount before they've ever even seen it before, it kind of looks cheap. Number 2 is you're leaving money on the table. All right, and so what that means is, I gotta take this thing off. Been wearing it all day. Okay, what that means is if you're leaving money on the table, it means you haven't made enough money off of that person. You probably could have made some more money off of them, right? So why this comes in the way of that is people will start off and they'll go, oh, okay, yeah, we've sent ad number 1, we've sent ad number 2, we've sent ad number 3, and they still haven't converted yet. So screw it, we're just gonna give them 50% off. Whoa, why? All right, hold up. So you're telling me that because you sent them 3 ads and they didn't purchase, you're gonna just 50% off the whole product? Is that the only time you sell them? You better be upselling them something past that if you're just going to give them 50% off. If you only have, one main product or a couple main products and you don't really, upsell too much or resell too much, then you're going to want to try something different. Instead of doing 50% off, get a little creative. Like for example with my school, we have other things that we can kind of throw in for free, like the consultation. I can throw that in for free. Granted, it is time, but I can do those kinds of promotions every now and again, and people want it because they want that time to learn directly with me, right? So instead of going right for the 50%, killer all, why don't we do something like a 10% off? Okay? And the reason being is because somebody is going to take advantage of that 10% off. It's not going to be a ton. It probably won't be a ton. But somebody will take advantage of that 10% off, and now you didn't lose them on a sale. You didn't lose money on that sale. You didn't give them an extra 40% off your sale. All right, so then say we do another ad, and then this ad could be 3 reasons why our product is better than the competitors. Again, more consideration, giving them more information and more reasons to why they should buy our ad, right? Or buy our product. And then this ad will do, so we'll just do my course. Say, we'll do 20% off and a 30-minute consult, right? So 20% off and a 30-minute consultation with me. Instead of going straight for that big time sale, try to work your way up to the big time sale before you do that. And then remember to instill that sense of urgency that the scarcity, couldn't think of the word. The sense of urgency and scarcity, instill those into your ads so that way they understand that, it's not going to be around forever. You're not going to have this deal forever. It's only here for a limited time. And if you don't get it past here, you missed out. Sorry. And a lot of people didn't believe me when I said my course was going to go up to $400. Or really, I didn't even think it was going to go up to $400 at first. And then I was like, well, yeah, it's definitely going up to $400. But people missed out on the $200 or when the course was only $200, and now they're like, oh, well, I want it for $200, and I'm like, well, so do a lot of other people, but I'm not doing that. So All right, so you guys get it though. Promotional ads are super important. A lot of you have probably already run promotional ads, but you're not doing it necessarily the right way. You have to put them a little further back. Don't always just, your every post or every ad can't be a promotion. Again, it makes you look cheap, and it makes, if all you're ever blasting me is a promotion, I'm just going to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait until I see the best one that's right for me. I'm not going to use all your other promotions. So really, you're just running a bunch of promotions and nobody's doing anything with them, right? So, promotional. Again, 3 different types that we talked about tonight. Testimonial ads, need to be running them, every niche. Authority ads, you need to be running them, every single niche. And then promotional ads, obviously, with every business, you should be running promotional ads. But it's all about the ordering and making sure that you understand where they go in the timeline. And this was the message I was trying to get across earlier that I kind of messed up on when I started reading. Look, guys, when you're going into ads, when you're trying to build a campaign, right? And when you're trying to get someone's attention, or to get them to actually listen to you and to get them to actually trust you, you have to start building the relationship with them early. You have to start giving them value up front. Don't just go straight into trying to always sell them. And that's where a lot of people go. They go straight for the sale, or straight for like the coolest feature of why you need to buy this. Start convincing your audience why it's going to help them. Talk about them, say things like, it's going to help you, instead of, we did this because we thought it would be better if we did it this way. You should say, we put this together for you because you would benefit from it this way, and all of our other customers have benefited from it this way. You see, we're putting the focus back on the actual customer, as opposed to actually trying to talk about why we did it and why we're the best. You can take everything that you talk about, even in your authority ads, even in your testimonial ads, you can make it all about the customer. And that's really what it should be. It should be a customer-centric ad, a customer-centric experience, or a customer-centric campaign. So, let's go ahead. I think that's pretty much it for tonight. Do you guys have any questions about these types of ads? Are you running them in your campaigns? I'm curious to know if you guys are actually running these in your campaigns, because, like I said, a lot of people aren't using them. And it blows my mind to see campaigns running, and all it ever is a promotion or a sale or an event that they want you to come to. And it's like, well, I didn't come here to be sold. I wanted to learn something. That's why I initially, started getting involved with this. So you have to start giving away the value first. You have to start giving them reasons, and then convincing them throughout the rest of the sales funnel that this is the reason why they need to start talking to you. Okay? So that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The course is always available in the description below. You just need to look. I'm messing myself up. You want to know why I'm messing up? Because this little video. We're going to move this over. Okay. There we go. Alright, that's much better. Okay, so, like I said, in the description below, you guys can get access to the course. There is also a 50% off coupon to the mentorship program, where we do all kinds of training. Guys, if you want all of our past trainings, to Facebook marketing, to content marketing, all kinds of other different stuff, you guys have to get into the course. I'm telling you, we're actually considering bumping the price up to about $500 here in the next couple of months, because we are getting so much traffic in the last 2 to 3 months that obviously it's working for people. We're getting people results. We have students who are making over $25,000. We have students who are making over $10,000, $15,000, over $5,000. We have several doing thousands of dollars each month. All you have to do is get involved and start learning the material, and you guys can be doing the exact same thing. So, Supreme Saiyan has one more question. If have to make calls, walk into businesses around a 9 to 5, do you think it's better morning or night? I'm thinking that you're saying you have a 9 to 5 job and you're trying to figure out when to do calls. It really just depends on the niche or industry, man. Like, for example, attorneys, you can probably reach them till about 7, 8 o'clock. But, like, a restaurant owner probably won't be there until 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock if they work the night shift, if it's a night bar or a night restaurant. Really just depends on the industry. So that's the thing. You have to, once you determine your niche or your industry that you're going to work in, you'll understand your customer a little more. So from there, you'll be able to make that judgment call on when you actually need to start reaching out to them. Does your course also go over YouTube ads? Boss Life, that is one thing we haven't dove into yet. And to be honest with you, it's because I'm still learning YouTube ads. So I didn't want to teach anything I wasn't, comfortable enough teaching yet. So we're going into YouTube ads now. That's what I'm actually in the process of kind of, you know, making sure that I'm educating myself on. That's one thing that I'm practicing on and getting better at. Because again, this was my first YouTube channel, so YouTube ads was something that I hadn't managed before. Also, back when I was first doing it, Facebook was really the big popular thing. YouTube is really, like it's been taking off. You guys know that. But as far as a marketing platform, over the past 3 to 4 years, it's really been taking off because of the advancement in technology, video capability, all of that. How do you keep yourself disciplined? Jose, here's the thing. You guys only see one version of me because there is a version of me that gets lazy. There's a version of me that gets unmotivated. There's a version of me that, fucks up. Plain and simple, right? You guys don't understand that because this is all you ever see of me, which is fine. I get that. But understand that everybody goes through the periods of, I don't want to do it. But here's what I've learned that has helped me be able to stay in it more and more. And the biggest thing is, number one, doing daily planning, so that way you know what you're doing. Number two, actually, let me back up before I go on to number two. Daily planning, seriously, is going to help you out a lot because it lays out your day. You know what you did the previous day. It helps you stay on top of tasks every single day. Outside of that, getting into a routine of setting, set time schedules or set hours to work where you work, 4 hours straight, and then you take like an hour break, and then you do another 4 hours and another hour break, and then maybe 2 to 3 hours and then another hour break, because a lot of people like to burn themselves out, and that's what you have to be careful of, because it is easy to burn yourself out. And even when you're doing well, I'll get to the point sometimes where, I'm doing well, but I'll burn myself out because all I'm doing is working all the damn time. So I get to the point where I'm like, I don't even want to do anything. I'm just like, I don't want to shoot video. I don't want to talk to students. I hate you guys. No, I'm kidding. I don't hate you guys. But it gets to that point, though, where you're just like, I don't want to do it. And trust me, I go through the same stuff you guys, but it's about doing things on a regular basis, getting into habits, getting into daily routines that you do every single day is going to help you the most. Outside of that, just getting involved with other people, getting help from other people. Don't try and do it yourself. A lot of people try to do all of this themselves and they think, I can just watch YouTube videos and do all. No, get in the groups, like get on Facebook groups and start talking to other people. It helps you get, more pumped up about everything. And when you learn something new, when you have a success, really celebrate that success. Don't just go home and say, all right, cool, now let's go back to work. No, go do something, celebrate that success, and then get back to work. Right? You have to do things to reward yourself just as much as you're working yourself, because not just as much, but there needs to be a percentage of reward for all of the work that you're doing, because if not, you're going to start to hate yourself. Really, that's what it boils down to. So that's it, guys. I hope I've been able to help you guys out some tonight on this lovely Thursday night. I'm super full, and I want to go finish this wine, so I'm going to go do that. You guys have a great night. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments below. There's a bunch of, seriously, if you haven't checked out the description below yet, you need to do that. The description below has so much information that I feel like people don't get a lot of the time. And it's just like, I don't know, it blows my mind. There's like all kinds of discounts and crazy shit down there that people don't ever check out. So you guys make sure you check all that out down there. Boss Life, yes, all of my videos are replayed because I'm not an asshole and do one-time videos for people and say, oh, we're taking this one away. I hate it when people do that shit. It's like, give me the damn replay. Maybe I should try it. I don't know, but no, I'm not going to try it. I like giving my stuff for y'all because I'm here for you guys. So anyways, I will see you guys in the course because I know eventually you're going to check it out. So till next time, or until you're in the course, I'll see you guys later.